Hello, beautiful weirdos. Welcome back. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Marla Chris. We're going to do a little nail art. So I really wanted to do 5 super simple Halloween designs over dip powder, and these you can completely mix and match. You can do all of them together like you're going to see on my mani. You can do 1, you can do 2, you can do as many as you want, but I'm going to show you how I did this whole mani, and you can pick and choose what you want to do on your nails. These are the 3 colors I'm going to be using. They're all from Revel, coincidentally. I've got Basic Witch. That's from their new collection they put out this year. Revel Barbara, which is a deep black. And then I've got Illuminate, which is a glow-in-the-dark white. So I'm going to start off with Peel Base. I have been going back and forth with Peel Base for so long. It's like, I don't know, that toxic relationship I can't get out of with Peel Base. One day I love it, one day I hate it, one day I want to eat it out the window, but we're going to do it today because I'm trying again. I'm a glutton for punishment, I guess, if you will. So we're going to go ahead and do Peel Base. I'm doing 1 generous coat on all of my nails. I'm going to let that dry down for about 7 to 10 minutes to be on the safe side. And then we're going to start the dip process. I'm going to do a very quick dip routine with you guys. I'm sure many of you have seen it before. If you haven't, I will make this kind of beginner friendly, but I will also leave very beginner friendly videos down in the description box on my whole dip routine. I am using dip liquids today. I also use gel liquids occasionally when I feel like it. So I'll leave both tutorials for you down in the box along with my complete filing routine in case you want to see how I do that, because I tend to do that off camera a lot. I'm going to start with Illuminate. And again, this is a glow-in-the-dark white. You'll see glow pictures at the end, don't worry. And I'm going to do this on my, let's go with the middle nail on this one. So I'm going to get this all over my middle nail. I'm applying the base from cuticle to free edge, although I like to start the base application towards the center of my nail. That way the most product doesn't land in my cuticle area because that causes flooding, and flooding is a pain to clean up. So just trying to be cautious there with my application. I'm going to dip right into the Illuminate, and then I'm going to tap off the excess, clean up my cuticle area, and move on to the next nail. I'm doing 2 nails in this white color. I'm going to do 2 nails in the orange, the Basic Witch, and then I'm going to do 1 nail in Barbara, the black. I've got this question recently, actually. I had somebody ask me if I do any kind of natural or clear over my nail before I start my color. I do not. I have never had a color stain my nail or my skin to the point where it doesn't come off in acetone. So I feel like that's a non-issue. If you've had experiences where you're staining your nails or your skin, even when you're soaking off in acetone, you may want to consider it. But I find it just bulks up the nail and it's not really necessary. It's not like it's going to protect your natural nail from anything. You're not doing anything damaging to your nail to begin with, unless you're overfiling or picking your dip powder off. Don't do either of those things. So I went ahead, got the white on. I am going to, however, encapsulate everything with clear. I'm not going to film it just because it's completely redundant, but I do a clear dip over every single nail, and that is merely to protect my pigment and my color during filing and buffing. You don't want to do that. You don't want to file off your color or pigment because that can lead to a very patchy looking outcome, even though we're going to cover most of this up with nail art. But still, clear cap, I always recommend it. So I'm getting in here with the orange. And again, this was from Revel's recent Halloween collection. I will leave all the info down in the box, as well as a discount code for Revel Nail if you want. It is an affiliate link, so thank you if you use it. It is, however, limited to 1 use per customer at the moment. I'm trying to convince them of otherwise, but until that happens, 1 time and 1 time only, folks. So I'm going to go ahead, clean up my cuticle area with my orange wood stick. You can use a toothpick to do this if you wanted to. You can use a water marbling tool. You guys may have seen me do that in the past. You can use a small dotting tool, whatever you have on hand. Doesn't have to be the same stuff I use. This is just what works for me. So I've gotten my orange done, and again, 2 dips of each color. Now I'm going to get in with the black. This is Barbara. I need to apologize to Barbara, I think. I had issues with Barbara in the past. I had some staining around my cuticle area. I didn't like the way she applied. And looking back, because this was a long time ago that I used Barbara, I think that it was mostly user error because I was quite impressed with the way this applied this time. I might be back on the Barbara train. Barbara's good to me now. So I'm going to go ahead and dip into her 2 dips of this as well. I'm going to let you guys watch and hang out for a bit, and I'm going to come back and we'll get into all of our nail art. hop in pre-nail art just to touch on something with you guys quick. I'm activating right now, and as you may notice, I'm activating the white nails first. I'm going in order lightest to darkest. That is because I don't want to activate the black nails and then risk staining the white ones, because sometimes your activator brush can get stained from pigment, although that's another reason I like capping in clear. It kind of prevents all that. But just because I'm merely a creature of habit, I always activate in order from lightest to darkest, and of course I always do glitter like last because I don't want a piece of glitter in a flat color. That would drive me insane. So I activate it, I let it dry, and now I am filed and buffed. We're gonna get into nail art. I've got my little palette thing here. This is from Cafe Nail Designs. They're on Instagram. I'll leave them in the box. I'm going to put a little bit of white gel polish, and you can use anything you want to do these arty looks. You don't have to use gel whatsoever. You can use regular nail polish, you can use acrylic paint, whatever is easiest for you. For me, I'm kind of into the gel art these days. I find it to be super simple, so I'm going to go ahead and start with that. We're going to start the first design on the black nail, and we're going to do some stars. I have been obsessed with doing these stars. I want to do them on every single mani. I love them so much. So I have my dotting tool. I'm going to start with just 2 dots, and I don't know if they're small. They're probably small to medium sized dots. We're going to make 2 stars on this nail. So I've got my dots. Now I'm going to go in with my nail art brush, and I'm going to extend those dots into 4 directions, so it kind of mimics a star type shape. And then once I have those 4 directions laid out, I'm going to go in between each of those little starburst things and just round it out so it looks like a little starburst. They're not perfect. However, I thought they looked super cute, and I don't know, I really, really like them. You guys will have to let me know what you think about them. They're actually really easy to do. After this mani, I did an entire black mani. I may throw a picture in here somewhere. But I just did all black nails with the stars on 2 accent nails, and I did this on my dominant hand also. Let me tell you, I did not breathe. I didn't take one breath, nothing while I was doing. I damn near passed out trying to do these stupid stars on my right hand because I'm useless with my left hand. There's not a whole lot of stuff I can do well with my left hand. So is this going to be easy if you're not ambidextrous? Probably not. However, I know there are stamping plates that you can use to get the same effect. I actually just ordered one myself. I'll see if I can find it and link it for you. Only because I love these stars so much, but it's so hard to do on my right hand. So hard. So now that I've gotten those 2 stars done, I'm going to go back in with my dotting tool, and this is the smaller side now of the tool, and just put a few little bitty stars up and around the bigger stars. And that's literally it. That's all I'm going to do for this design. I'm going to cure this for 30 seconds, and we're going to be on to the next. So here's what that's looking like. I love them with my whole entire heart. Now we're going to do a little abstract art, and this kind of gave me Finding Nemo vibes, although it works out really great for Halloween. So here's what I'm going to do. Got that same white gel polish. Again, you can use acrylic paint, regular polish, whatever you want to use. And I'm going to make kind of a swoop in the center of the nail. It's going to be bigger towards that top left corner of the nail, and then smaller or more narrow on the bottom. So I don't know what I was thinking here. Not even a fathomable thought in my head as to what plan I had for this. I don't know if you guys know this or not. You may not, but I don't typically pre-plan my manis. I just sit down and whatever happens, happens. I let my creativity flow and see what shakes out. So this is what I was kind of doing. And then I'm going to go in with the dotting tool again, the small side of the dotting tool. And I'm going to do little black dots. So it's kind of like abstracty Halloween-ish. It's like Halloween without being like super in your face Halloween, although the orange kind of gives it away, but you'll see. Super simple. This is a good dominant hand mani. If you struggle with your non-dominant hand to do your dominant hand, this one's pretty quick, pretty easy. It's just a swoopity swoop and a couple of little black dots, and you're good to go. So I'm going to let you guys hang out. I'm going to let you watch this. And I do cure the white before I go in with the black because I don't want the colors to bleed together. So I cure the white for 30 seconds. Then I go in with the little black dots, cure that for 30 seconds, and we're going to be on to the next. so now we're going to get into a little reverse stamping or advanced stamping. Okay, we're going to do regular stamping after. Don't worry, I got you covered with the stamping. So this is the plate I'm going to be using. I will leave it in the box. I'm going to do the outline first, which is just going to be basic black. I'm going to pick up the image with my stamper, and then we're going to let it sit for a little while. We want that black outline to completely dry before we go in with the reverse stamping. I'm going to tell you what that is in case you've never heard that term before. It's essentially treating your stamp like a coloring book, which is seriously so much fun. It can take a little while, but it's so well worth it because they come out super cute. So after I let this sit for a little bit, I'm going to take a little orange stamping polish. You can use regular polish if you want to. Reverse stamping, you can use pretty much whatever polish you have except for gel. Do not use gel with stamping. I have tried and failed miserably. It doesn't air dry, so it doesn't really stick well to a stamper. It just smears and smushes everywhere. So I've got my orange stamping polish, and now I'm going to color in the pumpkins. You want to be kind of careful when you're doing this. You don't want to touch the outline so much because you can inadvertently pick it up with your tool. I'm using a dotting tool. You can use a brush if you want to, whatever suits your fancy. I'm just going to color this all in. And while we're on the topic of stamping, if you're one of those people that feel like you cannot stamp, like no matter what you do, it doesn't come out right. It took me so long to figure out a rhythm for stamping. I'm going to go over that with you in another stamping video I have coming up. It's going to be a basic stamping 101, but don't be discouraged, or please don't be discouraged, I should say, because it can take a while to figure it out. But once you do, it's pretty much idiot proof, unless you're me. As you can see by the menagerie of stamping polish smeared on my paper towel, I gave this quite a few goes before I got it to look right. It can be frustrating, I understand, but if this is what you want to do, sometimes it's worth the frustration to get it to look exactly the way you want it to in the end.
"2,000 years later."
So I finally got all the pumpkins colored in, and now we wait. We wait, we wait. You want this to be completely dry before you try to apply it onto your nail. And I'm going to show you how to apply it onto your nail here in a little bit. We're going to do another reverse stamping. This is going to be a smaller image. This is the one that's going to go on my pinky nail. It's the pumpkin and the cat. I thought it was super cute, and we're going to use a couple of different colors for this. I'm going to go ahead and use that same orange that I just used for this pumpkin, and I don't know if you guys will be able to tell. You will in photos later, but the cat's eyes are open in this stamp, so I figured I'll take a little bit of yellow stamping polish and give the cat some yellow glowing eyes. I'm going to let you guys hang out and watch in peace and silence for a minute, and I will come back and I'll show you how to apply this to your nail. Okay, so I let those both dry for a good long while, probably a good 10 minutes, and you do need something sticky over your nail in order to apply these stamps. I'm using gel base. You can use a sticky polish base coat if you don't want to use any type of gel, but you do need something sticky. So I'm going to do my gel base on 2 nails, and then I'm going to cure that for 30 seconds. That will leave a tacky layer up on top to grab onto that stamp. I'm going to stick it right on the nail. And I got to tell you, there's something about reverse stamping that I find so therapeutic. It brings me back to like just the days of coloring in childhood. You know what I mean? I love reverse stamping. I don't know why I don't do more of it. But if you also need something to do on your dominant hand and you're not good with your non-dominant hand, reverse stamping might be perfect for you because you can do all of the art on the stamper. You don't have to do anything on your non-dominant hand. Your dominant hand. except for get a coat of something sticky on it. That sounded horrible. Sticky base or gel base, you know what I mean. And then just stamp it right on and you have beautiful nail art. See, look how cute that came out. Now I'm going to get the cat on there and I'm going to do gel top coat on top of this. If you did not want to use gel top coat on top of your stamps, totally get it, totally fine. What I would do, maybe you guys saw the last video that I did where I did nail art encapsulated with dip base. I will leave that down below for you guys. Oh, that was actually my giveaway. Hey, do you guys want to know who the giveaway winner is? I'll let you know a little bit later. I know, I'm such a tease. So you can do a layer of dip base coat over top of these stamps, making sure they're 100% dry. And then you can activate and do your dip top. So you can absolutely do that with zero gel if you don't want to. Now I'm going to get into regular stamping. For me, I find the best way to do regular stamping is to apply a generous amount of the polish to the plate, scrape gently yet firmly at an angle with your stamping scrapey card thing, and then instead of putting the stamper straight down and picking straight up, I like to kind of roll the stamper over the thing. I find that works for me, but you got to find your own rhythm. This is something to practice on swatches. You're going to get the hang of it. You're going to. If I could, you will. So now I'm going to go on with my top coat. We're nearly done. Okay, so the giveaway winners, I'm going to leave them up on the screen for you guys. Congratulations, and thank you so much to those of you who entered. I do have many, many more giveaways planned going forward. So if you didn't win this one, there will be more, I promise. I can't believe we're at 30K. This is insane. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. Why am I babbling today? I'm going to go ahead and get these finished up, and I'll come back with some final thoughts. So I went ahead and I put a matte top coat on, and I love the way it came out so much. Here's the way they look in the dark. How stinking cute. I love them. I love them, love them. Let me know down below which design is your favorite and what you want to try on your nails. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and spending some time with me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Love you. Bye.